Today is 11th of March, and this day marks the beginning of the third week of war in Ukraine. The war which was already changed the world completely. The nuclear state with one of the largest armies on this planet for 2 weeks, killing the people of a neighborhood country with bombs and rockets and calling these actions the liberation of Ukraine. I know a lot of people's stories of this war because of my position in the platoon. Before the war, I have had the daily radio show with my co-host. We worked together and joined the army together. On our third day in service, our platoon leader ran to us with his eyes wide open in anger. "What have you done? Why does our officers in the headquarters want to see you both?" As it turned out, someone in the headquarters was our listener and a fan. When he discovered that we are joined one of the platoons, he decided to use us on the informational front. We received an order to meet and to guide a foreign journalist who are coming to Kyiv. So the first part of our day is usually dedicated to the reporters, and the second part is an ordinary military routine. But even the half of the day is enough to feel the pain and desperation of the civilians. One day we took the French TV crew to a bomb shelter, the huge basement of one of the administrative buildings in Kyiv, which became home to the dozens or even hundreds of refugees. There were few people from Irpin, small town near Kyiv, almost completely destroyed by Russians. Kids, women, aged people. They were evacuated under the enemy fire. Some of them were forced to swim in ice-cold water because Russians bombed the bridge leading out of the town. The buses which were sent to take these people away were marked with the huge signs "Evacuation" and "Children" in Russian. But that didn't stop the enemy. They opened fire on these buses. Scores of people were dead or still considered as missing persons. One of the refugees who were lucky to survive the evacuation was crying in the shelter while talking with French reporters. That was the woman in her 80s. She was a schoolgirl when Kyiv and its surroundings was bombed the previous time. It was in the 30s, and the name of the person who ordered the destruction of the Ukrainian capital was Hitler. The woman burst in tears every few minutes while she was telling her story to reporters. Her life was started under enemy bombs, and her old ages were ruined by the enemy bombs. And she sees no difference between Hitler and Putin except for only one thing. Hitler didn't call Ukrainians brothers when he started invasion in our country. And Putin do call Ukrainian people brothers of the Russians while his rockets and guns continues to kill us and destroy our houses. She has only one plea for the French, for the people of the West, for the humanity. Close the skies, establish the no-fly zone over Ukraine, protect the peaceful civilian folk from the bombardments and rockets. There is no time for hesitations. Every night, every day, every hour, more and more people are dying, and we will have all the opportunities to save them, but for some stupid, selfish reasons, it still hasn't done it, and just watching from a safe distance how the children and women dying.